right, 22 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I am often curious as to why things happen, why you happen to hear a certain phrase or read a little bumper sticker or happen to bump into somebody or maybe even talk to a stranger and they say something to you and you kind of take with you whatever they said. And you wonder, was that a message? Was that a message from God? You know, it's just kind of weird, right, when you do that kind of thing? I hope I'm not alone in that. I have a story to tell you that is way more than simply wondering if there was a message or an earth angel. I was riding down the Florida Turnpike one time. My car was overheating, and I knew that there was a service plaza up ahead, and I was just praying to God that I'd get there. And when I got there, there was a sign that says, "Sorry for the inconvenience, our plumbing isn't working." And I thought, oh no, there's no water. Now, my car was not like steaming like you might think for an overheating car, so there was really no way for somebody to know that my car was overheating. But I pulled into a parking space thinking I just have to wait it out, I guess, or figure out something else. And this is before cell phones, just so you know. This is before we had the internet. This is a long time ago. A guy came up to me with 2 gigantic jugs of water. He said, "Do you need water?" And I said, yeah. And he filled up my radiator, and I was able to get home. Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing.
That's an amazing story. And I thought that is definitely an earth angel. Laura Schroff has written a book called Angels on Earth, inspiring real-life stories of fate, friendship, and the power of kindness. I think I just illustrated at least one of those examples. Laura is a former advertising executive. She worked with major media companies that include Time, Condé Nast, which is a good dreaming magazine, right?
Yeah.
You dream of places
I love that
to go.
one.
And she's a New York Times best-selling author. I have the cover of Angels on Earth on the podcast if you're watching the streaming podcast right now. Good morning, Laura Schroff. Nice to have you on the air with us today.
Larry, thank you so much. And I'm just curious, how many years ago did that story happen that you were just talking about?
Oh, my gosh. How long has the internet been around? So maybe 25 years ago?
Yeah, I would think so.
Is that possible?
25 years ago. Even if it was, let's say, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You're still telling that story.
That's a good point.
And what's so incredible is the person who did that for you never could have imagined how it had such an impact on your life in that moment that 25 years later, you're still talking about that story. You never forgot it.
Isn't that something? I never thought of it that way before, but you're right. You're right. They may not realize that I'm still talking about them or him.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
You're still talking about it, that it had such an impact. It changed your life, and I'm sure throughout your own life, it's made you look at other situations very differently.
Do you know what? I've often wondered, though, Laura, if I was looking at a human being who just said, okay, people are going to be overheating, I'm going to get some jugs, or was it really a spirit, like just that God said, okay, you can look like a human for a little while? I mean, I don't know. I often wonder that. Maybe that's why I remember the story so clearly.
Well, you know what? Some people would say it was just a person who was hanging around with 2 jugs of water. But if you prefer to believe that you thought it was an angel, then why not? It makes you feel good.
Well, I guess by definition of angel, there's no denying it was an angel, right?
Yes, there is no... I mean, when we think of angels, we think of these beautiful spirits that are floating around in heaven with these gorgeous white fluffy wings. But there are people who are on earth, like that man who is an angel on earth. And they come in all different... These angels carry out the most godly tasks in the most unique ways.
So have you seen an angel or had an experience with an angel? And did you think it was an angel or a human acting angelic?
Well, I actually believe my mother, who passed away at the very young age of only 47, when I was 25, we were very, very close. I've always believed she was my angel, and that she has looked out for me over the years. Yeah. But it really wasn't until an invisible thread came out that I started to actually feel her presence or see her presence in many different ways. I talk about the story how it was a Big Brothers Big Sisters event that I was going to speak at, And as I was driving my car, I talked to my mother all the time. I asked her to please be with me. And then all of a sudden I saw this little girl who kept looking at me. We kept locking eyes. And I decided to go over and say hello to her. And when I introduced myself to her, I told her my name was Laura, and she looked at me in this very sweet, low voice. She told me her name was Maria. And my mother's name was Marie, but people called her Maria, and others called her Mary.
Wow.
And I believe it was a sign. You know, it makes me feel good.
Wow. Do you know, I'm going to, this is going to sound nutty, but I thought I had an angel with me the last, yesterday was Monday, so the last 2 days, not today. And here's why. I went to breakfast with a friend, an old friend. He's a 56, 57-year-old guy. And I said, boy, you smell good. And so I thought, okay, he must have put on some kind of powder or something. And then later on in the day, I'm not with him, and I'm in my old smelly area, and there's that smell, and I'm thinking, now how is it that I got it on me somehow? And then I went to bed Sunday night, and I got up Monday morning, and I think, wow, I still smell that smell. And I said to Robin yesterday, we went to lunch, and I said, you know what, I've been getting this fragrance. I don't know, is there an angel near me or something? And now and I'm looking for it now as I'm talking. It was a distinct fragrance. Have you ever heard of fragrances? I said it wrong. Fragrances associated with angels?
Well, you know, it's really interesting. I had my beloved poodle, and she was going to be 17 in November, and she passed away this summer, and it's been difficult, but she was 17 years old, and I was very blessed to have her in my life for such a long time.
Yeah.
But before I go to sleep, I always say to her, oh, Coco, can't you just come visit me? Now, some people would think it's a dream, and other people would think it's a visit. I choose to believe that it was a visit, because it was the first time she did it. Just so happened to be my birthday weekend, and I could actually feel my fingers going through her fur. And she was making this noise that she always makes when she loved when I was petting her like this. And I could smell her.
Wow, my gosh.
It was her smell. And the whole day I thought about it, and on Saturday night, really late, about 1 o'clock, I went downstairs because I brought her blanket and her bed down there, and I still couldn't bring myself to wash it. And I picked up the blanket and I put it by my nose, and I thought, this was the smell. This was her. So yes, do I think?
Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry.
Wow,
you're going to make me cry with that one.
I am. I just can't.
Oh my gosh, I wish we had longer to talk to you. Laura, thank you so much for being on the air with us today. I can't wait to read the book. I have not read it. I'm looking forward to it. The other one, An Invisible Thread, I'm going to have to read that one too. Can we put a rain check? Can you come back?
Sure, I would love to, and if you would like, I'd be happy to send you the books.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
If you want to send, you can reach out to me on my website, lauraschroff.com, and or call me later. This is my home number,
right.
And give me your address, and I'll take care of that. I would love it. Yeah, because I've got to go too.
For the audience, I have a copy. Call me if you want Angels on Earth, and I'll get mine off of Amazon, which is where I found it. Laura Schroff, what a great interview! I can't wait to talk to you again. Thank you for being on with us.
I would love to come back.
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need
too.
my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
How would you like to win a new home and make a difference for Hospice of Marion County, the only not-for-profit hospice in the county? On Top of the World and Hospice are offering you a chance to win a brand new home right here in Ocala. All proceeds benefit Hospice of Marion County. Purchase your raffle entries for a chance to win a brand new home for only $100 at homefreeprize.com. The more you buy, the better your chance of winning. For complete rules and regulations and to purchase your entries, visit homefreeprize.com. That's homefreeprize.com. Certain restrictions apply. Must be 18 years of age or older to enter. Visit homefreeprize.com for complete rules and regulations.
All prizes donated. No purchase or contribution is necessary to win. Random drawing to be supervised by an independent auditor and held at 6 p.m. on November 2nd, 2017 at Circle Square Cultural Center, Hospice of Marion County, 3231 Southwest 34th Avenue, Ocala, Florida, 34474. Visit homefreeprize.com for complete rules and regulations.
Here are today's headlines from the source, WOCA. A state Senate committee in Tallahassee has voted to spend more money rebuilding beaches in the state of Florida. The state spends about $30 million a year for beach re-nourishment, but after Hurricane Irma, Senator Jack Latvala, a Republican from Clearwater, says they need to bump that up to $50 million.
It refocuses and enhances funding emphasis on sand management at our inlets, and it requires the DEP to create a 3-year work plan for beach and inlet projects, similar to the DOT's 5-year work plan that they have for our roads.
Latvala says beaches drive the tourism trade in Florida, and the state gets more than $5 back for every dollar spent on beach renourishment. A Lake County man is expected to face a judge this morning as he is accused of drowning his 17-month-old toddler in a bathtub. Jeremy Main is being held on no bond in the Lake County Jail. The Lake County Sheriff's Office says the 38-year-old called his wife and confessed that he had killed their 17-month-old daughter after drowning her in the bathtub. Main then turned himself into the Sumter County Sheriff's Office substation. Detectives are still searching for a motive, but believe Main and his wife were having marital issues. Gasoline prices keep dropping. Patrick Dehan of FloridaGasPrices.com says a gallon is now at $2.54 around the state.
That's down from 30 cents lower than where prices peaked because of Harvey about a month ago. Prices are getting closer now to where they were before the storm. They have to drop another about 12 cents a gallon or so, but we're getting very close to seeing those gas prices back at pre-Harvey levels.
Dehan says that trend should continue for a few more weeks as the gas supply improves and demand decreases. He also says Hurricane Nate, which traveled through the central Gulf and made landfall in Alabama over the weekend, did not really impact refineries or gasoline prices. Dolphins offensive line coach Chris Forster has resigned following the release of a video showing him allegedly using cocaine in the team offices. Miami Dolphins head coach Adam Gase says he received the call Monday morning.
It's not a good situation. It wasn't something that, you expect, but things happen sometimes that you don't anticipate and you have to deal with it. It's not fun, especially when you're close to somebody. But you got to take the next step, move on, because we're going to play on Sunday.
The graphic video was released by model Kiwana Nige, who previously dated Forster. She posted the video commenting that minority players are more often attacked while white players or coaches are defended. The release of the video also coincided with a decision from team head coach Adam Gase to leave 3 team members behind who intended to protest in the tunnel during the national anthem. When wildfires get out of hand, crews have to call in for backup, and California has lost nearly 60,000 acres already, from Oregon to Montana and now California. It's been a bad year for wildfires. Crews have not been requested from the Sunshine State yet, but the severity of the fire could call for backup soon. The dry, windy conditions are only fueling the flames, causing thousands to evacuate so far. Officials say Florida Fire Service crews are ready to head west if they are called, knowing that California could need all hands on deck. Meteorologists at the National Weather Service say winds will decrease today in Northern California, which will give crews the break they need to fight back. Universal Orlando has released the names of the first set of celebrities set to appear at next year's A Celebration of Harry Potter. James Phelps and Oliver Phelps will join event newcomer Stanislav Yanevsky, who played Victor Crumb in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. A celebration of Harry Potter will take place January 26, 27.